Hey everyone, and Happy New Year. I hope that you enjoyed your break and that we're ready to tackle 2021 here at Moore. So today your library lesson is going to be a 2-day lesson. We're going to have day 1 today and day 2 tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about factors of fair use. When you are looking online for information, you can't just take anything that you see. So today we're going to explore reasons why. Your first slide you're going to come to is going to be just kind of an explanation of what this lesson will entail. So this lesson is meant to be over the course of 2 days. These lesson recordings are linked in the box to the right. So your day 1 video, of course, is here, and then your day 2 will be posted here. The entire slide presentation is here, so if you need to go back to double check anything, you may do so. Make sure you follow the videos and what needs to be completed on day 1 and day 2. Also, if you have not completed the copyright and plagiarism pretest yet, please do that first. The link is right here. Your homeroom teacher should have already sent it out to you, but if you have not completed it yet, then I need that done as well. So today we're going to look at our essential question, and our essential question is, what rights to fair use do you have as a creator? So I want you to think about creating, if you create something and put it out there. So let's look at a scenario. So I want you to imagine that you and a friend have spent the last 2 weeks creating choreographing a brand new dance. You spent hours practicing and filming, and you were both super excited to post it on TikTok. The next day, you check the post only to realize that your dance has gone viral. You begin to see the post all over TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, maybe even YouTube. However, no one has given you credit for creating the original dance. How would that make you feel? So I want you to think about how you would feel if somebody took something that you created and just put it out there like their own. So if you see work, whether it's images, text, video, or music that you want to use in something, then you have to get permission from the author or be able to claim fair use. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So moving on, I want you to think of another situation. Do you think you should have to pay to sing happy birthday to your friends and family on their birthday? We all sing happy birthday, don't we? Well, think about it. Do you think you should have to pay to sing that song? All right, so did you know that it was illegal to sing the happy birthday song at one time? So right over here is a video. I am not showing the video in the screen recording simply because the video is about 10 to 15 minutes and I don't have time in my lump of time. So you're going to need to go back to the original slide and you're going to need to watch this video. It's very interesting. I think you will be very intrigued by what it has to say. So after you've watched the video, today we're going to be able to define the terms copyright, public domain, and fair use. Identify the purpose of the 4 factors of fair use, and apply fair use to the real world examples, making a case for or against it. So again, this is going to be over the course of 2 days. All right, so this video is only about 3 minutes, so I am actually going to show this video to you guys. And this is just more on understanding copyright.
Whether you're a local artist composing your own music or a massive studio filming the next blockbuster, all creators should understand how copyright, public domain, and fair use affect their work. Although these legal concepts can be somewhat confusing, we're here to break things down into easily understood language. Keep in mind that this video should not be taken as legal advice. Also, we'll be focusing on copyright in the United States. Copyright is the concept that original works, such as writing, photos, or music, belong to the people who create them, and that you cannot use, copy, modify, or publish that work without permission. If you violate copyright, it's called copyright infringement, and you may face steep consequences, such as lawsuits or criminal charges. The vast majority of movies, music, books, photos, and other types of popular media are protected by copyright. Generally, those copyrights last for the lifetime of the creator, plus 70 years after their death. However, the duration of a copyright can vary due to its publication date and ever-changing copyright laws. When a work has no copyright protection, it enters the public domain. Content in the public domain can be used, modified, and published without permission or restriction. This includes all works published prior to 1923, as well as works with expired copyrights. Creators can also place their content in the public domain if they desire. Although you normally need permission to use copyrighted material in your own work, there is an exception called fair use. Fair use allows you to use brief portions of copyrighted works without permission for certain types of use, such as criticism, teaching, or news reporting. However, fair use can get tricky. For instance, you may not be able to claim fair use if you use the copyrighted work for a commercial purpose or take too much of it. When in doubt, always respect the creator's copyright and use as much of your own material as possible to avoid issues. Although copyright, public domain, and fair use can seem like giant, complicated subjects, you should now have a better understanding of the basics.
Alright guys, so we know that copyright is legal protection that creators have. So all of these songs that you listen to on the radio, they are copyright protected. You cannot just take that song and pass it off as your own. When it gets to public domain, that is, those are things that you are able to use. They are free to use. The big thing was it's before 1923. So for example, the Star Spangled Banner, that is in public domain. You may use that. From what you've learned in the Happy Birthday video, the song Happy Birthday is also in public domain, so you are able to use that freely. And then, of course, you have fair use. Fair use is when you take little snippets of something and use it in your work. Teachers do that all the time. That's where we also get into you citing where you found your information, which we'll get to in March. So after you've watched this video, if you need to go back and watch it again, that is fine. Just go back to the original slide and watch it. You are going to then play a Kahoot. So when you play this Kahoot, you're going to click on this image and the website's going to come up down here, and click on that. And it's going to bring you to this page, Fair and Square Day 1. You're going to hit Classic. You're going to need to use the Kahoot app if you have it. If you don't have it, you can download it, or you can just go to www.kahoot.it. This is your game pin will come up. It'll probably be different than this one, so make sure you click the Kahoot website on the original slide. And then you can play Kahoot. It's going to ask you some questions about what has been discussed today. And then finally, as a quick check, we have some questions. What is copyright infringement and what can it result in? How are the works in the public domain different from copyrighted works? Why is determining fair use tricky? So you're going to click on this Google form to answer these questions, if it will let me. You might have to, there we go. So forms. All right, once it comes up, it's just a quick check. We just need your first and last name and who your English teacher is. And then you are going to type in your answers. I'll go through and change this one. So you're going to type in your answers. You are free to use any notes that you have taken or go back and look at those videos to answer these questions. All right, I will get day 2 up. We just want you to remember that if you want to use copyrighted work, images, text, video, music, you have to either get permission from the author or be able to claim fair use. If you have any more questions on this, you can feel free to come and talk to us. Copyright and fair use, they are very gray issues, but they are one that I really enjoy talking about. So if you want to hear any more information on these things, you can come talk to me. All right, guys, day 2 will be up shortly.